Hey, what's going on, y'all? So, what I want to do is show y'all how to properly evaluate land when you're wholesaling land, needing to look, think like a developer, how they think when they're buying these properties. Take a look at what's being built in the area. So, here's a deal I'm looking at in 77021 section of here in Houston. What you'll need somehow to get the HAR membership. There's no way around it, y'all. When y'all doing this stuff, you want to be using the best data possible. So I mean, you need to get off of Redfin, you need to get off of Zillow, realtor.com. Find you a realtor who is willing to give you access to their MLS, or what you could do is maybe come to an agreement and pay half of the dues whenever they're due, so that way you can get access to this. I would suggest you being able to get on this matrix and use this for you to be able to speed through a lot of deals and make more offers, because that's the name of the game with wholesaling. Yes, the product is real estate, but your sales and your marketing. That's the gist of it. So how you look at land as opposed to looking at a regular single family is, you want to look at what the buildings, like what they're building in the area, and that price, that sales price, is going to determine what you could charge for the lot, because there's certain rules and parameters that these builders, they like to stay within when they're doing these projects. And here in Houston, you need to take into account, when you're getting these lots, is there a tear down on the property, right? If there is, you need to factor that price in to your price. When you're offering, when you're giving your offer to the seller, right? Take a look at, what the permitting costs are, impact fees. All of these are going to be costs associated with the builder after they buy your property. So you want to be able to get the best deal possible. You don't want to leave any money on the table. So just to kind of give you an overview. So here we are here. You want to take a look at what new construction. So we have construction here has sold within the past 90 days that are really, you want to go within half a mile, right? So within half a mile of the subject property. So we have 5 properties here, which is perfect. If you've been on my channel before, you know the comps that I use is just going to be 4 on the Excel spreadsheet. So the 4 that I chose this one right here, this one. These are all fairly close. I left this one alone, but these are the 4 that essentially that I picked, right? So what you're going to do once you're done with this, you're going to have all the information, the closing date, what the close price was, what the unit mix is. So this is a 3, 2.5. What's the days on market? What was the year built? What is the square foot lot size? All this is going to be put into the underwriting model, so that way you can get your number. So as you can see, the reason I wanted to show you this one, if you take a look at the results, you don't see the lot size here, right? You see the lot size for these two, but how you can figure out what the lot size was. So just looking at this, these are side by side townhomes. This was once a full lot. The builder went ahead and subdivided and replatted this and separated it into 2. So if you can see 25 right here, lot dimensions, 25 right here, 103. So this was a 50 by 103 square foot lot that they just cut in half. So if you're going to, once we leave here, we have our comps, we have everything we need. Let's just go ahead and go here. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so here we are on our this is where we're doing our underwriting. I took all 4 of those comps that I just showed you. I input all the information here, the sales price, the proximity to the subject property, the date that it closed. Like I said, these are 0 to 90 days. The MLS number. So that way, when you're sending your deals to investors, you can highlight this right here, just like this, and send this to them as well. They can go take a look at the MLS numbers. 9 times out of 10, if they're builders and developers, they have somebody on their team. If not, they themselves has a real estate license and has access to get this data. So what you'll do is, once you put all your information in here, right, you want to make sure this is accurate as possible. You're going to come over here. First, you're going to go median sales price. What's the median? The formula for that. This is Excel, guys. It's just median. Drag across here. You're going to do the same with the average. Just average and then drag across here. And then what I did was I did the number of sales within 3 months, which was 5, which is in half a mile. But within 1 mile, we had 25. So after that, you could, we can make it nice if you like to. You can always do that. Just, just for organization, just like I said, just to make it look cool. So what you'll do is after that, you're going to take the average square feet of the subject properties that sold. So here are all 4 of them. This is the square foot, the GLA, which is the general living area. This is the square foot of the homes that have sold. 1739. So once you have that, you're going to multiply that by the average price per square foot. So this is the sold price. So you see you're doing the math right here. You're just multiplying 1739 by the 211, and you're going to get 368, $368,534.94. The 94 cents really doesn't matter. I mean, you could come over here and just round it down to 365, which I'm gonna go ahead and do. I mean, like I said, it's not a big deal, but okay. So, and why that's important. So, what you're gonna do is I just showed you the strategy, right? If you're gonna buy a 5,000 square foot lot, you're gonna cut it in half. So, this is what the price of one of them is going to sell for. So down here is and multiply it by 2. Once you multiply it by 2, you'll have your number. So this is what if you were to build both townhomes, you can decide between. You see here the unit mix. You have 3, 2.5, 3, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3, 3.5. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do. I would elect to go more if I were you. I was to go if I was doing this development. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do a 3, 3, and I'm gonna do a 3, 3.5, and I honestly can make this. I could do 1,700 square feet, really. So once you have this is what both the townhomes are going to sell for. You want to take that and you want to multiply that by 15%. Because typically builders do not want to be paying 15% more than 15% for the land than what the marketable resale value of what they're building is going to sell for. So in this instance, they're going to buy the lot from you. They're going to build 2 townhomes. We're doing averages. It could sell for more than this. It could sell for a little less, but this is what we're at right now. 368 is what they're going to sell for each. Total that up, you have 737. Based off the number, if we're using this number as what the marketable resale value of both townhomes is going to be, you're going to be at a 110. So you know that you can't get that property under contract for more than 110. You also know that 110 is going to be the max that you're going to want to sell it at. So if I'm you and I'm negotiating with a seller, I know depending on what you want to make from a deal, if you want to make 5,000 from a deal, 3,000 from a deal, 20, 15, whatever, you have a point to where it's like, okay, if I want to make 10,000 from this deal, I could more than likely just get this property under contract for 90,000 and sell it for 100. Right? I can do 95,000 and sell it for 105. I'm gonna be under that 15% mark. So if that's the case, I personally I would start at 87,000. I can pay tell the seller I can pay $87,000 cash for this property and then start the negotiation from there. If they're saying, "Oh no, that's too low," then that's when you ask, ideally, where would you like to be at? If they say anything under 110, you need to back them up. So if they're like, I like to be at 100, you can make okay. You can say, okay, cool, that'll work, and I'll just sell it for 105. Or you can say, okay, well, look, I started at 87. Meet me at 95. Meet me at 95. We'll cover your close. I'll cover your closing costs. I can send you the contract now. We can get this thing wrapped up in 14 days or less. More than likely, they're going to take that, right? So once you have this deal for 95,000, mark it up to I would say 106. I got a property at 106. Let them come in at maybe 103. If they're coming in like they might say, okay, cool, 106, I can do 106 because they're doing these, they're running these same numbers, guys. Like they're running the same numbers. They may be a little bit more in depth in terms of they're looking to secure financing. They're looking at the cost of financing, if what their impact fees are going to be, what their permitting is going to be. So, but in terms of you being able to say, hey, this is where what my numbers at, because you can even go below that. You could change the 15% and go to 10%. So 10%, you're sitting right here. You see the big difference that it makes. What about let's go 13%? We go 13%, we're at 95. 15%, we're back to 110. So realistically, I would say the highest you want to get this property under contract for would be 95,000. I would say 95,000, push it for 100, maybe push it for 103 to make you a quick 8 grand. That's how I would evaluate this deal. So when you're doing these land deals, guys, you need to understand the construction cost. You need to understand how to run your numbers like this, because this is going to help you as an investor. And you can even take it a step forward, really, once you're learning lender terms, once you can speak with private lenders and whatnot. All this stuff will help you in order to, your credibility is one, for you to know these deals. When you're doing these types of deals, you're learning your market. So that way, off the top of your head, you'll say you get another property in this area, you're going to already know, like, hey, look, I know I need to get, I'm starting at 90. All of my negotiations for a 5,000 square foot lot in this half mile or mile radius, I'm going to start at 90,000 and I'm going to push 100. I'm gonna make 10. I'm gonna make 10,000, or I'll push 98 and make 8 grand. It's a volume game, guys. It's volume. If it, it's not, if you come in at 90,000 and they want 95, and you could possibly do 105, but I would say go ahead and do 105. So that way, if they counter back with 100, you're still making 5 grand. Cool. Let's get it done. Let's get the deal done. Assuming that the title is clear. This is the front work. The real work is when you open that title, and I would say 9 times out of 10, there's more than likely going to be title issues, especially with these older inherited properties. Maybe they have multiple owners. Maybe the original owner passed away, and they have some sort of estate, or there it's broken down between family members. So whoever you're negotiating with, they're going to have to go to their family members. Whoever shows up on that title, ask them to sign over the rights to her or him, so that way he has full autonomy to sell the property to you. And once the deal is closed up, either title can split the checks, or they can give one big check to that seller and then let them disperse it to their family. That's pretty much typically how it's going to work. So if this helps and you want to learn how to wholesale land, look, I do webinars pretty much every weekend. If you want the link will be in the description below. If you want this software, just shoot me a DM. If you want one-on-one coaching where I'll give you all the contracts that I use, I'm here in the state of Texas. My deals are done here in the state of Texas. I can help you out with that. So again, just hit the link below. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be dropping underwriting gems every single day for y'all, man. I underwrite deal after deal on a day-to-day basis, and I just want to show you that if you're persistent in this business and you're willing to put in the work and make the calls, make the offers, negotiate, then let's do it.